Hello and welcome to the Great Focus Forum. Today we are going to look at the limits of a function. We are going to look at the methods of evaluating the limits of a function. In the previous class, we were able to look at several methods of evaluating limits of a function. And thus here, we are going to proceed to the fourth method of evaluating limits of a function using the substitution method. Under this method, we have to recall three concepts that should guide us. The first concept, it will be direct method. You just replace the variable directly. And the second knowledge in this substitution method, you have to recall the knowledge of perfect square differences or the knowledge of the two different squares. And the last concept is you have to recall the knowledge of surds. Let us look at various examples. We have been given a function as the limit x approaches 10, 2x squared minus 6x plus 10. So in such cases, we have to replace the value of x directly. Then we'll have 2 into x. Our x is 10, but squared. We have minus 6 into x, which is 10. We add 10. We have to add 10. Then this one is going to be 2 into 100 minus 60 plus 10. Then our answer should be 200 minus 60 plus 10. So when we take 200, we subtract 60, will give us 160. So we add 10, then our final answer will be 170. That is the knowledge, the first knowledge using the substitution method, the direct knowledge. Let us look at the second knowledge that requires the knowledge of perfect squares. As we know, the knowledge of perfect squares, the function a squared minus b squared always gives us a plus b, a minus b. They always give this formula. This is the knowledge of perfect squares. But given an example, this question said, this one, x squared minus 1, which will be equal to, this one should be equal to x squared minus 1 squared. This one is the same as this one. So the knowledge of x squared minus 1 is the same as x squared minus 1 squared is the same. So let us substitute. It shall be the knowledge as the limit. So we have to replace the value of x squared minus 1 by x plus 1, x minus 1. Then this one will cancel out with this one. Then we will remain by having the limit as x plus 1, x plus 1. This one is the remaining x plus 1. So when we calculate the limit as x plus 1, but our x is 2, so we say 2 plus 1, the answer will give us 3. Remember to follow the channel for more information. Subscribe into my channel for more discussions on the knowledge requirement of this differentiation, integration, and many concepts in mathematics and physics. Let us look at the last knowledge in substitution method in evaluating limits of a function. In such cases involving surds, we have to rationalize the denominator. But how can we find out the conjugate? We have the conjugate. We know that finding the conjugate of the surd of A minus the surd of B. These two things, for us to find the conjugate of the two surd of this surd, we have to change the sign. Only changing the sign. So our conjugate here is going to be A plus the root of B. That's our conjugate. Then we have to rationalize. We have now to multiply both sides by the conjugate. So we have to say multiply by, this is 3 plus, this is going to be the root of x squared plus 5 out of 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5. Then in doing so, we have to take the numerator as a constant. Then we multiply we expand the denominator. So we have to take 3, we multiply by all of the other side. We take 3, we multiply by everything in the second bracket. So it's going to be the limit of 4 minus x squared. Then we have 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5 all over. Then we say 3, we multiply by everything in the second bracket. So it's going to be 3 into 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5. Then we go to the second one. This is our sign. So we subtract. We take this one, we multiply by everything in the second bracket. So this one, we multiply by this one, is going to give us 3, the root of x squared plus 5. Then we take this one, we multiply by everything in the second bracket. So in the second bracket, already we have multiplied this one. So we have remained with the square root into x squared plus 5 multiplied by the square root of x squared plus 5. I think you have understood how we have multiplied. We took this one, the square root of x squared plus 5, we multiply by 3, the first case. The second case, we have to take the square root of into x squared plus 5, we multiply by this one independently again. So we'll have, and as usual, when we multiply two sides, like for example, we multiply the root of a, multiply by the root of a, should give us a. So here we expect that the side will disappear, we remain with the x squared plus 5. So our sign is going to be minus into x squared plus 5. Then we continue by saying the limit as x 4 minus x squared 3 plus this root of x squared plus 5 all over this one times this one will give us 9. This one plus this one will give us plus 3, the root of x squared plus 5 minus 3, the root of x squared plus 5, then minus, this is going to be x squared minus 5. Then, as we can see, this one is similar to this one. And here is a positive, here is a negative. So it means this one and this one will cancel out. So we'll continue by having the limit as x approaches 2, 4 minus x squared 3 plus this root of x squared plus 5 all over, this is 9 minus x squared minus 5. I think you are following keenly. As you can see, this one is going to remain 4 minus x squared 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5 all over, this one is going to remain by 4 minus x squared. I think a bright student has already seen what is happening. This one will have to cancel this one. So we remain by limit, this is 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5. X squared plus 5. So we replace the value of, as the limit approaches 2. So we have to replace. So this one is going to be 3. Is going to be 3. It's going to be, let us use this space here, up here. The limit 3 plus the root of x squared plus 5. But we have to replace the value of x. So it will be 3 plus the root of x is 2, but it is squared plus 5. So the answer is coming to be 3 plus, this is 4 plus 5, which is the root of 9. So when we get this, the square root of 9, it will be 3. So our answer will be 3 plus 3, which will give us 6. I think you have enjoyed your lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe into the channel for more information. Thank you and bye-bye.